Yeah, yeah. Now that I do research on changing personality, it's only been recently that I've really reflected on, like, how much I have changed. And, part of, like part of why I've wanted to go on podcasts or why I've gotten more into, like, science communication versus just, like, writing a dusty old academic article that no one reads is that, I see how popular these online personality tests are, and I'm just like, "No." I see people like, "Oh, like, I can't date INFJs, like, they're not compatible with my personality style." And so, like
That is going around. That's a trend for sure.
yes, yes. And also, like, always, like, the Zodiac is popular. I think the Zodiac is, like, so fun, and it's, like, obviously, like, just, like, trash pseudoscience, but I think it's gotten, even, like, Zodiac, right, has gotten really, really popular amongst Gen Z, and it's like, why? Like, there's a lot of, like, uncertainty out in the world right now, and so we all really wanna understand or make sense of ourselves, and there's 2 problems with, obviously Zodiac, but, like, there's 2 problems with, like, Enneagram or, like, Myers-Briggs, right? Is that they're not really based in science. The few studies that have, like, looked at, like, longitudinally, like, your Myers-Briggs classifications, they don't actually predict career success. And so for me, right, like, the only time I've ever taken, aside from my research, right, a formal personality test is, like, at work. And, like, if your employer is paying for the personality test, it's not for you, right? It's, like, to try to, like right? It's not for you, even though it may feel like it's for you. And so I want people to kind of, like, take with a grain of salt their results from those tests, right? And, like, research tells us that personality changes over time naturally and that you can speed up those personality changes by taking these intentional actions. And so, like, you can think these tests are fun to take, and you can think of them as, like, a starting point, right? But, like, don't get put in a personality test box and then be like, "Well, I couldn't do, like, X thing because I'm not Y characteristic enough."
Can you share any case studies from your clinical practice that illustrate successful personality change efforts?
Yeah, yeah. One of my patients, scored, like, really, like, low in agreeableness, so pretty high in antagonism, and when we unpacked that a little bit more, it seemed like she just, like, couldn't really count on her family to meet her needs. Like, they could meet her financial needs, but, like, it was the kind of thing where, like, dad was, like, out of the house, and mom, I think, was, like, a nurse or something where she was working nights, and so, like, as, like, a kid I saw this person when she was a college student. So, like, as a kid, she, really had to take on a lot of responsibility, and so she kinda learned, like, I can't, like, burden my family with my own, like, emotional stress, like, I just have to kinda keep it bottled up. And then that, like, extended. So, like, when she would have, like, experiences of depression, where she wouldn't want to, like, go out or interact with people, and that extended to, like, her friends at college, right? Like, she just felt like or kind of accepted as truth, like, "Well, I can't let people know that I'm struggling." And so one of the things we really work on with her is, like, sort of a hierarchy of behavior change, asking for help, right? Like, asking for what you need. And, I got an email from her, like, after we had finished. She emailed me to say that, she was able to set some boundaries with her family and let them know what she needed, and I think that's just kind of a small just a kind of a small example of, like, changes that she made where she was able to learn, like, I actually can get what I need if I ask for it. Most of the college student patients that I see, like, after the course of therapy are like, "Oh my god, everybody should have this," right? So, like, teaching people that it's okay to feel, right? That emotions are okay. How to be assertive, how to ask for help, right? These are just, like, basic life skills, and if you're not getting them at home, that can, like, cause problems, can kind of snowball over time and, like, start to look like mental health problems. And, like, we just don't have enough therapists at any level. And so w we can't wait till there's a problem, but that takes, like, funding, right? That takes acknowledgement. that we're not going to like sort of band-aid this. And so I would love to see more preventive care. I would like to see as a field like more harnessing of technology and like what we call like precision or personalized medicine. So like not everybody needs a year of therapy. Not everybody needs 12 weeks of therapy. Some people can like do it with like a self-help book. Some people can do it with like a guided workbook or like a guided website where like a college student that has like some training can reach out weekly and be like, did you have any trouble with your homework, right? And then some people really do need that one-on-one therapy, and us figuring out how we can allocate the limited resources that we have to better serve people, I think is a really important just thing we need to do.
Thank you so much, Shannon, for joining us and sharing your valuable insights on psychology.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you again for having me. The most direct place to find me is my website, and it is www.personality-compass.com. And then I'm also on all the social medias. So I have an Instagram, self.made.personality. I have a Twitter that's just my last name. I have a LinkedIn. I don't know how to cite that. But if I'm pretty Googleable. So if you're interested in connecting with me, I'm pretty easy to find.
Hey guys, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to our app, Yoga Plus. You will have access to an incredible selection of videos led by top instructors in yoga, fitness, nutrition, and so much more. Download our Yoga Plus app available on iOS and Android today.